Xinjiang region, a landlocked sandy corner in northwest China where for centuries a history and culture has flourished among people living on the edge of the vast Taklamakan Desert. Chinese authorities have locked up more than 1 million people in fortified detention centers. Our team criss-crossed Xinjiang over 9 days to investigate China's crackdown on the Uyghurs. I'm Sophia Yan, China correspondent for the Daily Telegraph.
Why can't I see this?
Don't touch me!
Why can't we come up here?
In this video series, we examine what's happening now on the ground in Xinjiang. This is what we encountered. Beijing has begun erasing the rich cultural and religious heritage in Xinjiang to force the Uyghurs to become more Chinese.
A number of mosques have been demolished in the center of Hotan City. Right here on this street corner where we're standing between Wenhua and Taipei roads, you can see that there's no trace that any mosque ever stood here before.
Propaganda casts this as great ethnic unity. A few blocks away, where a mosque once stood, a Hampton by Hilton hotel is under construction. Part of a shiny new development. Nothing remains of the mosque, and certainly no sign of the faithful, who before would flock from across Hotan for daily prayers and holidays. Instead, all you see is the construction, a crane hovering overhead, an office with agents selling leases for the new development. We left the area, but then a car began tailing us. Hilton told us this development was a franchise, directing us to the Chinese company that owns the building. In Kashgar at Idka Mosque, China's largest, Uyghur script before displayed at the entrance has been removed. In the main prayer hall inside, the Islamic six-pointed stars that had decorated the walls have been scraped off, leaving only a faint outline. Not all mosques and shrines have been destroyed.
We've come down a small dirt road to reach this place here. We're in the middle of a Uyghur cemetery, just in the northern outskirts of Kashgar city. And it's a very rare sight, actually, to see this kind of shrine now in Xinjiang region, because Chinese authorities have been razing a lot of these sites, paving over them. Some of them are now car parks. Now, experts think that this particular shrine has stayed intact because it's been a little bit less popular with pilgrims as opposed to other sites that were more popular that have now disappeared altogether.
We faced the greatest challenges in finding sacred shrines. After hiking an hour into the desert, we saw one man coming down a dirt path on a motorcycle. I had hoped to seek his help to orient ourselves amid the sand dunes. But the minute I greeted him, I realized he wasn't going to be helpful. More than 60% of the mosques and shrines in Xinjiang have been destroyed or damaged by the Chinese state since 2017. China has rejected allegations of demolition as, quote, total nonsense.
Where can I go? Why can't I see this? Why can't we come up here? What's a good thing here? Crowds of Uyghurs used to gather here at this very spot in the middle of the desert all year round, and especially for a major festival in the spring. Now, pilgrims from across the Hotan Oasis would come here, trekking through the desert, seeking fertility, better health, forgiveness. But Chinese authorities have completely razed the site. You can see around me there's nothing here left anymore.
As we drew closer to the original site of the shrine, more men suddenly appeared, pushing us away, even though we were on public land. It's likely they were agents of the state, but all refused to properly identify themselves.
Why can't we see this? Why can't we see this? Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
We were surprised to find 4 women making a pilgrimage to the remnants of the shrine, showing how important these sites remain to the Uyghurs despite the crackdown.
尊重，尊重。
Still, the men were much more concerned with us. Nearly a dozen of them showed up by the time we tried to leave, tailing us for the next few hours to make sure we wouldn't turn back.
Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 goons. We have 7 minders here at the moment. Get away from me! These people keep assaulting me.
听不懂。
The following day, we were again accosted, this time by 30 plainclothes suspected agents when we tried to visit a different shrine.
Why are you guys
In part 2 of our series, we'll explore how China's policies have changed the fabric of Xinjiang. The goal is to engineer a docile population, locking away those deemed politically troublesome, forcing some into factory work, and releasing others under continued surveillance. The threat of being detained again means many know to toe the line.